Hello, Discovery friends. Today we're going to talk about doing task 6 for the Invention game project. So I am on our website. I'm going to go to projects. And then from here, I'm going to open up the Invention game project. Remember to go back to the original page from time to time because I add resources and help for you there. So today we're going to talk about making a budget for your invention. And the first thing you need to know is while you're at school, you won't be able to get to many sites that focus on selling things. So I have started a list of some resources that you should have access to from school, and I would like for you to add to this page if you find a resource that is helpful for other people. In some cases, I've actually put a price in with a link to where I got it from so that you can source that when you're putting together your budget. So that's one thing that's a good place to start. If I go back to the assignment, probably the most important link on here has to do with the template that's here for you, the budget worksheet. So in this worksheet, I have a spreadsheet that starts with materials costs. Our second page is advertising costs, and then there's a total page. Today we're going to talk about materials. And so if you are creating an item, a thing you're going to sell, what you need to think about is what are the elements that are going to go in that item. So I have one example here already. Let's say you need plastic, and this is a particular kind of plastic. You can't just put in plastic or it won't be easy for you to find pricing. So PET is a type of plastic that's used in milk jugs, for example. So that's the kind of plastic I decided I wanted. And the pricing I have here, I've put a little note. It's $800 per ton. Well, I'm probably not going to need a whole ton in order to make my invention. So I wrote down that I'm going to need about 2 ounces needed to make each invention that I'm creating. And then you can see I've included a source of where I got the price from. And then under cost, you can either write in the costed numbers or you can do a formula. In this case, I have 800 divided by 64,000. So if I have $800 per ton, and then 64,000 is actually what I would divide by if my plastic that I was using was half an ounce. We were playing around in class. If I wanted to divide by what it would cost for 2 ounces, there's 32,000 ounces in a ton. So I would divide by 16,000 because I would need 2 ounces. And then that would cost 5 cents per invention. The next part is how many am I going to make? So if I'm going to make 100, I'm going to put that number here, and then I have a formula that multiplies the cost for one times the number I'm going to make, and it gives me a total. What's nice about having formulas is if I decide later that I want to make 10,000, automatically my numbers update. And so we're going to do a lot of playing around once we build our budget to make sure we come up with the most advantageous prices. So let's say you decide that you need wire as a part of your invention. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a search. I'm going to type in wire pricing and see what comes up. Okay, Home Depot's got wire for sale. Oh, look, and it's open. So I can get to the Home Depot, so that's good to know. And then I have to decide, do I want indoor wire? Do I want outdoor wire? What's the difference? What kinds of things do I want? What are the pricing? What kind of gauge wire do I need? So let's say I'm going to use landscaping wire. So you would actually want to think this through and make sure that your choices were purposeful. But for the process of this, I'm just using an example. So this is 250 feet for $92.47. So I am copying the website. I am going back to my budget. I'm pasting in the source, and I'm saying that electrical wire is, what do we say it was? $92.47 for 250 feet. $92.47 for 250 feet. Okay, let's say I only need 1 foot for my invention. Okay, so I'm going to put in a formula, start with the equal sign. The price, $92.47, divided by 250 feet, because that's how many are in the roll. And that's going to tell me it's 37 cents per foot. And then if I'm going to make 10,000, right, I'm going to make another formula where I'm going to multiply this price times how many I'm getting, and then automatically I've got my total in there, okay? So your first job for the budget is to decide what are the items that you're going to need to purchase in order to create your invention. And if you're doing a process, you might want to think about things like wages. What are you going to pay the people who are working for you? Maybe as a part of your process, you have cards that people will receive, or you have some kind of product that you'll need to price. So we'll have conversations about how you would do process pricing versus if you're actually creating some kind of invention. And that's a little introduction to the first part of budget.